surrounded by wrestling fans. Not sports entertainment fans. Professional wrestling fans! Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! This is
the Wrestling Matters Podcast, a podcast that stands up for professional wrestling. Why? Because wrestling matters. So join the revolution, because the revolution is now.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change! Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up!
Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14! Till death!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold said so!
World, look into my eyes! When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world. We are ICW and you're gonna know our name. Here we fucking go!
Ladies, gentlemen, and whoever else has listened to this, wrestling fans around the world, including ICW fans, and the ICW Mafia, my name is Anthony Walker, the Hitty, the Eddie Dave, here for another installment of the ICW podcast presented by Wrestling Matters. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing fine, apart from that little incident I had last week involving my hard drive, but other than that, I'm getting back into thick of things. Everything is back to normal service is resumed. I've brought you, last week was the Shugs Hoose Party 1 in honour of the fact that, say, 4 to 5 days later, it was actually the show itself on Sunday. I believe it was the 25th. I don't know, I forgot. My brain when I forget. 26th, excuse me, of July. And, yeah, I've seen the show, and I'll be reviewing it on this podcast no matter what, very, very soon. But you already know the schedule. I've got this one coming up, number 3, number 4 next week, and then the week after that, it's Dave's Not Here, Man. I'll be reviewing that as well. August 11th, I believe that is. So look out for that. And then after that, maybe I'll do the Shugs Hoose Party 2. I'm also thinking about doing a live stream on that for my Wrestling Matters channel as well. I don't know. A lot of things to think about, a lot of things to sort out as well. But be sure to look out for that as well. And be sure to subscribe to the Wrestling Matters channel as well. YouTube.com/AJW Wrestling Matters. Now, night 3 of this Fringe 4-week fiasco, or extravaganza, or festival, or whatever the heck you want to call it, began with the leader of the NAK, Chris Renfrew, and Jamie Feerick, which is Feerick. Now, he was new to the ICW roster, or the ICW way of things, because he slapped Chris at the beginning, and Chris slapped back. Jamie seemed to be playing mind games, then drop kicks Chris, and then dives on him outside. Jamie hits a drop kick from the top, gets a near fall. Chris hits a fireman's bomb, that's what it was anyway. Fireman's carry into a powerbomb move and gets a near fall, front side, like a Chris Sabin finishing move. Let's just say that. Chris unloads on Jamie. Chris slowing Jamie down. Jamie looks for a move from the top, but jumps right into a clothesline from Chris. Gets a near fall. Jamie counters the stunner, rolls up, and only gets a near fall off that. Chris hits the T-Virus and gets the victory. Now, this was a little bit weird because this was back when Chris had the briefcase. Apparently, he made an open contract because after that match, he was going to bring a chair in, wedges Jamie's head into it, looks to take him out with the NAK, and then lo and behold, Stevie Boy shows up, and that leads to another match involving Chris Renfrew, which was Chris Renfrew versus Stevie Boy. Double leg takedown by Stevie Boy, unloads on Chris, toe-to-toe in the ring, 2 forearms by Stevie Boy. Stevie takes a can to the head, fight in the crowd. Standing shooting star gets Stevie a knee fall. Chris hits Alabama Slam, countering the Destroyer, advances Chris Renfrew. Hanging suplex into a cover, only a near fall for Renfrew. Single leg drop kick from the second rope gets Chris a near fall. Underhook bomb gets Stevie a near fall from the second rope. Chris hits a stunner. Stevie gets a leg drop, a leg on the rope, even. Stevie counters the T-Virus 2 times. Second time counters it into a small package and gets the victory on surprising A very surprising victory, because I think even Chris Renfrew wasn't expecting it, but Stevie Boy gets the victory. Now, for the Owens twins. Now, this was a little difficult to call because I didn't know which one was which in the Owens twins, so I did my best, guys, so bear with me. And they took on Carmel Jacob and Sarah Marie Taylor. Carmel takes the mic and drops a pipe bomb and gives a history lesson on the Owens twins. Owens twins fight back, saying Carmel does not know when to shut the fuck up. Take out Sarah with the mic and then double team Carmel. Double suplex gets a near fall for the Owens. Legs drops gets them another near fall also. Crossbody gets a near fall for the Owens twins. Sarah hits a clothesline and cuts any momentum down. Sarah Marie in control. Sarah in control, slowing things down on Casey. Casey in trouble. Carmel clothesline Casey on the bottom rope. Single leg crab, Casey in trouble. Sarah stops the tag. She was looking for the tag and she stopped it. Casey hits a kick on Carmel. The other Owens twins gets tagged in. Sarah slows it down with a Northern Lights suplex and gets a near fall. DDT gets a near fall for the Owens twins. Double team leg drop, sidewalk slam gets a near fall for the Owens twins. Sarah Marie is tapping out, but the ref does not see it. He's looking at Carmel and as she's being locked in the tarantula. Carmel hits DDT, then spear gets a near fall. Sidewalk slam move gets a near fall. Sarah stops that for the Owens twins. Sarah hits a diamond dust and gets a near fall, which was a somersault stunner from the second rope. It was a diamond dust because Masato Tanaka used to use it in ECW. Two Bronco Busters for the Owens, but Carmel Spears gets a spear and gets the victory for her team. Now to the main event of part 1, which was Red Lightning fighting for a contract against BT Gunn. Red slaps BT, my game's being played. Advantage Red Lightning. Roll up gets Red near fall. BT is frustrated. Red outsmarts BT, throws him into the ring post. BT kicked Red in the face on the outside. BT gets a near fall. Drop kick to the back, gets him to the back of the head rather, gets a near fall. BT unloading on Red with chops, very hard chops. I wouldn't like to let's just say I hate taking chops full stop, but I would not like to take one from BT Gunn. Red slaps BT, both men toe to toe, straight up fight. Red hits the float over neck breaker, gets a near fall. Advantage Red Lightning. BT counters Red, hits a super kick, gets a near fall. Red jumps into a kick from BT, BT gets a near fall. Red hits the sunset bomb from the top and gets a near fall off that. The NAK come out. Divers wedges a chair in the corner. BT throws Red Lightning into it. Hits the referee, stops the match. BT chops the ref. Red at NAK's control. They stick their head in, just like they were going to do with Jamie earlier on in the match. They were sticking the head between the chair of Red Lightning's and looking to take him out, and then Wolfgang puts an end to it. Wolfgang calls out the NAK. Now, during the break, BT and Chris leave Divers, wonders where they're going. And basically, they left Divers, walked out with the building, left Divers on his own to fight Jack Jester for the heavyweight title. More on that later. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back right after this with part 2, so stay tuned. If you like the Wrestling Matters podcast, why not check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/WM podcast and like the page and show your support to the podcast that stands up for professional wrestling, the Wrestling Matters podcast. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans. Be sure to tune in each and every Wednesday for the Progress Wrestling Podcast. That's right, each and every week on Wednesdays, for the time being at least, I will be reviewing their shows from their on-demand service, Demand Progress. So be sure to check out the hottest promotion to come out of London. That's right, it's Progress Wrestling. This is Progress. This is a podcast on Progress. Every Wednesday on SoundCloud, YouTube, OSW TV, and every other podcasting site that matters. Be sure to check it out. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of this ICW podcast. That's right. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. And without further ado, we'll get right into it with part 2. And it's a good thing Wolfgang came out, because during the break, he was actually going to wrestle as well, because he's now going to fight Shah Samuels. Shah attacks Wolfgang from the start, or Samuels so far, Wolfgang fighting back, nice shoulder block, hits the full Canaro and gets a near fall. Wolfgang unloading on Shah out of the ring. Shah with the advantage throws Wolfgang back in the ring. Shah chokes Wolfgang with a scarf. Wolfgang crossbodies Shah in the corner. Shah cuts off Wolfgang on the top rope. Shah gets a near fall off that. Shah working on Wolfgang on the mat, now slowing things down. Shah taking the fight to Wolfgang. Shah spikes Wolfgang with a DDT and gets a near fall. Shah toying with the crowd. Wolfgang counters Shah and hits a backdrop. Wolfgang fighting back, spears Shah. Wolfgang hits the Sinton. NAK's music plays, but then cuts off. Shah hits a power drive and gets the win over Wolfgang. NAK Mind Games. Now, a match that involved Sweeney, Mark Dallas's right-hand man, bodyguard, whatever you want to call him, against a wrestler of Jackie Polo's choosing, which turned out to be Coach Trip. Now, Polo on the mic intros Coach Trip and then offers Sweeney a chance to end this feud and join Polo Promotions. Bell rings, Sweeney hits his finisher, the choke bomb, which he grabs him round the throat, kind of like what Albert used to do. Grabs him round the throat, lifts him up, and just slams him on the mat. Gets the victory and gets the opportunity to face Jackie Polo next week, which will be the fourth and final installment of this Fringe festival. Now, Jackie gets Mark Coffey, this around the ring looking to attack Sweeney when Iron Jew's music plays. Iron Jew involving Grado and Colt Cabana. Grado takes the mic, asks Sweeney to let Iron Jew take on Polo Promotions. Iron Jew agreed to even put the tag belts on the line, which leads to the tag title match. Chewing gum fight to start off. Yes, you heard me correct. Advantage Jackie Polo. Grado wrestling Jackie on the mat. Mind games being played. Grado one step ahead of Polo. Double team with Polo, Colt, Cabana in. Colt throws Jackie into Grado's ass. Yes, you heard me correct. Grado gets a near fall. Polo Promotions isolating Grado, then make a mistake. Colt walks away from a hip toss attempt by Polo Promotions. Colt sunset flip, Coffey gets a near fall. Iron Jew isolate Mark Coffey, playing mind games with him. Advantage Mark Coffey, tags in Jackie, isolating Grado. Mark wearing out Grado on the mat. Advantage Polo Promotions. Jackie whips Grado into a clothesline from Mark, gets a near fall. Polo Slam gets Jackie a near fall. Jackie takes the electric chair drop. Grado tags in Colt, fight back on. Butt splash, clothesline gets Colt a near fall. Jackie hits a drop kick. Mark runs into Colt's butt. Colt gets a near fall. Mark runs into Colt's butt. Colt gets a near fall. There you heard me. Dead Wish forearm, deadlift suplex, back suplex in fact, gets Mark a near fall. Grado gets tagged in, hits rolling slice on Mark. Jackie saves the day. Jackie hits a Northern Light suplex. Colt saves Grado. Colt hits the GTS on Jackie in the ring with a... Colt hits the GTS on Mark. Jackie in the ring with a polo stick. Goes for Mark, misses. Goes for Colt rather, hits Mark, misses. Goes for Colt, bounces off, hits himself. Grado hits the wee boot. Iron Jew retain the tag titles, and I need some new teeth. I apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a mouthful in itself. Now, Iron Jew retained the tag titles, and everybody thought that was it. But no. Dickie Divers comes out, takes the mic and calls out Jack Jester, hence the heavyweight championship match. Jester calls Divers out to the crowd. Divers dives on Jester in the crowd. Jester hits Divers with his corkscrew and hits him again. Jester uses it to his advantage. Divers gets busted open. Jester working on the cut. Divers running through the crowd, heads to the bar. They are brawling in the bar area and they even go to the outside. Jester throws Divers over the bar. Jester gets a table, sets it up at the bar area. Divers hits Jester with the ice bucket. Yes, you heard me. It wasn't an ice bucket. And before you say anything, it wasn't the ice bucket challenge, okay? Jester sets Divers across the table. Jester hits a elbow from the bar, driving Divers through the table. Right, still in the crowd. Divers catapults Jester catapulted into the sound desk area. Jester unloading on Divers, hits the leg drop, gets a near fall. Divers gets a near fall, goes up top, hits an elbow, gets a near fall. Divers hits Inseguri, the head. Divers gets a near fall off that. Divers makes a mistake on top, looks to use the corkscrew. Jester stops that, pulls him back in, hits the tombstone, and retains the championship. And that was the end of night 3. And that is the end of the ICW podcast review. Be sure to check out the Wrestling Matters podcast, guys. I'll give that a 4 out of 5 because I actually enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the Wrestling Matters podcast. Also, be sure to check out the Progress Wrestling podcast. Schedule back to normal this week. All being well, in case something happens again, which, god damn it, if it does, I'm going to go berserk. But hopefully it won't. And hopefully you will tune in for that. And thank you for supporting the Wrestling Matters podcast. Be sure to keep supporting it at WM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook.com/WM Podcast. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Matters as always. My name is Anthony Walker, the HD, the A, the D, ICW for life. Peace.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14!
Cena, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold Simpson.